Good evening and welcome to the Predator European Youth Pool Championship, presented by Therme Olimia Resort and organised by the European Pocket Billiard Federation. We're in the 10-ball division. It's time for the semi-finals, so let's introduce our athletes. On table 6, it's boys under 19s, Walter Leiker of Sweden against Austria's Markus Schleindler. On table 5, representing Sweden, Linnea Jamalström versus Iris Amberts of the Netherlands. And on table 4, boys under 17s, from Lithuania, Azuolas Tadaravičius, and from Germany, Valentin Schmidt. Moving on to table 3 and staying with boys under 17s. Let's welcome from Slovenia, Max Benko, and representing North Macedonia, Andrej Gurchinovski. We're with the girls on table 2, representing Switzerland, it's Shirin Valery. And from Germany, Merle Schmitz. And finally, on table 1, boys under 19s, welcome. From Lithuania, Jukabus Silenčievas, and from Finland, Leni Aresto. Your referee in charge of tonight's matches on table 6, Marius Kirilinas of Lithuania. On table 5, Gatis Taubi of Latvia. Table 4, Alexandra Balas of Romania. In the arena, table 3, Serdar Karadag of Turkey. On table 2, Vladislav Belkovs of Latvia. And on table 1, Danilo Hibasrat from Germany. Will you please lag for the break?
Hello and welcome to the Boys Under 19 semifinals at the European Youth Championships presented by Predator and the PBF. In this race to 7 semifinal matchup, we have Jukabus Silenčievas from Lithuania and Leni Aresto from Finland. Looking forward to a good one here. Top 4 players remaining. This is Eric Horlofsson bringing you the action. Aresto will be up to break in rack number 1. Ooh, starting off with a scratch. So, dream start for Lenny here. Table's looking fairly open. He's going to have to get a tight angle moving from the 3 to the 4. 5 will likely have to be comboed onto the 9. First order of business will be getting that small angle on the 3. Probably going to take some top right to move towards the 4. Could choose to play the 3 in the side off the 9. Bit of a bigger angle down near the side. Looks like he has a good angle on the 2 to come to that small angle on the 3 here. Nicely done. 2 rails across now. Oh, he was able to hold it one rail, less movement with the cue ball. Accepting the bigger cut angle on the 4, but he's okay here. 5 will play into the combo from pretty much anywhere on the table. Just has to avoid the 6-8 coming back through both short rails. You can see there, good front shot of Slančievas, heavily opposite eye dominant. Lithuania has shown some promising youth in this tournament. Just did a match in the boys under 17 quarterfinals. Veridovicius played an almost flawless match, moving ahead 6-1. He'll be in the semifinals as well. Going on right now on the outer tables. Bit of a fortunate roll there on the 5. Choice of side or corner. Position plays a little better for the corner. Little straight here on the 7, but he's got some angle going to the left. Going to take a little power to get straight enough on the 8. Nice rack here, though, from Jakubas. Two rails forward will play okay as well. Oh, the spin got him there. Spin and speed, always a recipe for having to judge the shot a little bit at a little bit higher level. Just got into a little too much deflection there. He has covered the 7. Oresto would ideally be wanting to come off the short rail here, but the 10's blocking too much of the short rail. So he's going to go at a jump. He's got to land this ball pretty precisely, ideally drawing it. Anytime you're jumping at a ball near a rail like this, there's always a risk of the cue ball jumping off the table. He knows that, so it looks like he's going back to his playing cue here. Issue on this shot is the 7's kind of at the far edge of the pocket. Got to contact it pretty precisely. Oh, swerve and double kissed it in. Good escape there from Oresto. Tough shot, distance and speed. 8 ball looks like it could end up funny here. Might be over the side. It's gone in the side. So call shots only in 10 ball. Option will be passed over to Slančievas, and he'll be taking this 10 for game number 1. Slančievas advanced to the semifinals with victories over Lankas 7-3 and Hanukala 7-3, 7-2, pardon me, and Rudenko 7-5. Oresto had a 7-3 win in the final 32 against Vajian. 7-5 in the last 16 against Wagner. And 7-2 against one of the pre-tournament favorites, Riku Rompinen, in the quarterfinals. So his countryman, actually. Lycre likely coming in as a small favorite in the other semifinal match. We'll be keeping an eye on that one as well. Big break from Salanchevas, but nothing down. Thin opener here for Resto. Cue ball definitely running into the 9. Looks like it could be playing off into the 8 if he does run into the 9. Tough spot here. He's avoided the 8. Nice shot. And as long as the 3 doesn't get in the way, that's going to be a great shot. Nice shot there from Resto. Again, just judging by that quarterfinal win, and a strong one too against Rompinen, Resto's more than capable player. Nice play there. Natural path of the cue ball was running towards the 10, so added some left spin. Ran into the 8, but it's okay. A little more distance than ideal. So have to focus on the pocketing here. Put a pretty good stroke on it. Stayed down on the ball decently. Little movement at the end, but that was pretty much because he knew he undercut it. So second chance for Salanchevas here. Might have a little too much angle going to the right. Ideally, he'd like to hold. He might be just straight enough. Nice shot. Have to get low into the cue ball there to slow the speed down. Another tester here now for Salanchevas. Can come around 2 rails towards the 5. Needs to kind of soft stun the ball a little bit. These are tricky hits. Beautifully played. A lot tougher than it looks on that shot there. Contact point and speed has to be judged exactly. Salanchevas kind of has his elbow going inwards. That's because he's so opposite eye dominant. It's a trait that you see from opposite eye dominant players. Kind of allows them to pull their cue into their body a little more. By opposite eye dominant, I mean he's right-handed and he sights the ball under his left eye. It's a bit of a disadvantage overall, but that's something you can't play around. Wu Cha-Ching heavily opposite eye dominant on the men's world-class side. Albin Ocean also similar. It's in good line now. Expect for this to be a highly competitive match. Both players, strong fundamentals, good table presence. Shot for the side here. Oh, he's gone in. Don't know if he underdrew it or just caught the thin side of the pocket a little bit on the 8. I don't blame him for trying to get closer to the 9. Cue ball was pretty close to the 8. Probably just felt the angle a little thin there. So a couple mistakes near the end of the rack from both players, and they'll be level after 2 games. Back into a Resto's break in rack number 3. Up in the next round, we're going to have the boys under 19 8-ball finals. Nice break there. Making the wired ball on the side. Have to see if the 10's blocking the path towards the 1. Looks like it is. Cue ball's in a tough spot on the table to be jumping at it. Did play a nice swerve in rack number 1. See if he goes to that play again here. Always the push option, of course, if he doesn't want to try something lower percentage. I think he's going to be in trouble after this push. Too many blockers in the middle. Slanchevas can just play the cue ball over to the right. Really only the window between the 6-10 that can land bad here. Looks like the 6 has just got him. It has. Going to be a long distance jump here for Arresto. Nice play. How's the cue ball going to end up? He wants it to get around the 9, and he's going to be stuck right behind the 9. So close to it, it might not even have taken away the right long rail. Looks like it has, so multiple rail kick coming up here from Arresto. He can go to the left of the 3 and play into the short rail. Very tough to judge. Nothing much else, though. He's thinking even 4 rails, maybe. This is a creative shot. Good try. He had to end up real close to the 3 there. I like his idea of coming off 4 rails. Cue ball wouldn't have been bending as much short as the 2 off the 3rd rail. Just got in a tough spot. Really deserved a little better than that after a nice jump on the 1. But advantage back to Slanchevas here. Slightly short on the speed. Gonna have to navigate around the 6-10, coming back towards the 5. Nicely played. Looks like the cue ball's running into the bottom side of the 7. If he can get directly into the middle of the 7, that'll play well. Gonna have to draw it. So tough when you're elevating like that, kind of focusing how you want to contact another ball. You can so easily lose track of the pocketing angle. So first 3 racks not going without mistakes. Not easy ones. Both players just looking to settle in a little more. It's got a perfect angle here to land between the 8-10. Might be a little worried that the cue ball is playing a little too far to the right to land between the 8-10. It's okay. Choices on position here. The drawing angle is playing back into the 10, so I think he'll avoid that. Play with some power, 2 rails across. This ball's got to be targeted perfectly here. Again, tough. Seeing some mistakes, but they aren't easy ones, you know, all involving speed, a couple involving spin, a couple small misjudgments. But when both players really are just slightly struggling, it's up to one player to take advantage and try to build a lead for themselves. Another tough one. Looks like he might catch the window here between the 8-10. He can see the 7. Let's get another angle to see if it's available on the pocketing. No, gonna have to play safe here. Safes are tough. I'll tell you, Arresto's not afraid to swerve the ball. I like his thoughts there. The really only coverage was going to happen if he got to the pretty much where the cue ball is now, around there. Wasn't expecting coverage from the 10, but he has escaped here with nothing offensive for Jakobas. Going to try to kick it in. Nice play. Cue ball's playing towards the side now. Worst case, Jakobas can roll up behind the 9. Looks like he's a little thin of a scratch. Not quite thin enough. See if he's covered the full 8 here. I believe he's left the right edge. Arresto can try to cut the 8 to the middle of the short rail and bring the cue ball ideally in line with the 10. Not quite there on the coverage, but left it safe enough that offense is too low percentage. Safes are tough as well. He could consider a thin offensive attempt at this. Let's hit this one a little too thick. How's it going to end up? Pretty tough. Typically on this angle, you can bank the 8-3 rails around and just kind of hold the cue ball behind the ball that's in front of it. In this case, it looks like the 8 is kind of banking towards the corner a little more, so you might have to go all in on the bank here. Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of games that can happen in 10 ball. You know, I'm not saying these players aren't capable of playing high-level 10 ball, but if this was 9 ball, any of the chances would have been a little more open, would have seen a little more run-out play. But funny things can happen in 10 ball sometimes. Nice thin cut there, avoiding the scratch around 4 rails. How's the speed for the 9? Pretty good, over 15 feet of travel. Nice play. So Slanchevas taking the lead back. 2-1 ahead now. He'll be breaking in rack number 4. Confident stroke there on the 10. Adding a little extra speed. Always a sign of a confident player. See on your screen there, final match is coming up at 20:45 local time. Therme has had a great match against Rosa in the quarterfinals. Big break, balls flying everywhere, 3 ball in the top left. Looks like he's on the 1 here. Might have to play this with some left spin, which isn't ideal for the position on the 2, but he can come over to the left long rail and play the 2 in the bottom right. Taking a little extra time here, so might require a small swerve on top of the left. Looking at draw. Oh, I didn't have enough of it. Left some distance. Another tough rack developing here. 4, 5, 10 in awkward positions over on the left long rail. Nice pocketing there from Arresto. Has a perfect angle to access the 4 now. 5's available sharply in the side. Could be available in the top left as well. He's actually in a spot where he can run the rack here, even though the 4, 5, 10 are lying awkward. All these players starting to feel the pressure a little bit, getting near the end of the tournament. Looking for that final prize of European National Junior Champion. The World Junior Championships will be in Spain in November this year. A lot of the players competing this week will be a part of that. Predator putting on that tournament. How's the speed? Coming over to the 6. Not good. Too thin to cut this one in. Going to be looking for cover behind the 8. Got to be careful not to leave the 6 over the top right, but should be okay to play it somewhere safe near the short rail. Nice shot. Good enough coverage. Jakobs can consider rail first here, short rail first with a bunch of right spin. Try to stick the cue ball where the 6 is. See if he has to elevate or not. If he does have to elevate, it makes... Yeah, he's calling the corners in case he clips the 6 on the way in, but he will be playing rail first here. He's reasonably level cued at it. Decent play. He's going to get safe on the short rail here. Not quite. hanging over the corner pocket. So good idea there from Jakubas, but not turning out the way he wanted. Bit of movement from 8 to 9. Should be in good position on the 8th. Ooh, and there's a miss. Nerves starting to play in. This is what I was talking about, you know, when one player's struggling a little bit, on the other player to really take advantage. Slanchavis is looking to open up a 2-game lead here. I mean, it just shows you, obviously, Oresto's a talented player. He's done well throughout the tournament. But when your mind is not 100% focused, funny mistakes can happen. We've all been there thousands of times. Just maybe overthinking the position a little bit on that last one. Or just overthinking the situation a little. Little distractions from the pocketing. Jakubas is in a tough spot here. He might have to play 3 rails back to the 10. Yeah, the cue ball control got him there. Is cue ball going to end up behind the 10 here? Doesn't look like it. Lenny's thinking about offense. Tough one, but I think he has to go for it. Ball becomes at least 2 times as tough to make when it's frozen to the rail. Looks like it actually is here, or close enough that it's extremely tough. Just trust your cueing here. Trust your shot line. Cue ball's going to play across naturally. 2 rails. 3 rails, twice back. And he's got it. And he didn't expect the cue ball to come off so widely off the 9. Might have barely caught rail first there. It looked like the cue ball would have been playing straighter across if he caught ball first. So another super tester here for Lenny early in the match. So not to worry about any kind of scratches here. Good try. Again, both players just ending up with some difficult shots. Even this one, you might think the 10's near the pocket, but when you have this much distance between the cue ball and the object ball, you got to cue the ball very well. Yeah, just thinking about some errors that he's made in the first 3 games here. Nice play. Again, played in with confidence. Kind of erring on the side of a more confident stroke there rather than hitting at medium speed. Lenny's mistakes have been in tough spots. I mean, no reason for him to get too down on himself. But looks like he's just going to try to regroup here. Going for a little break. Action over on table number 2, the girls division. And we'll stick around here for the conclusion of this match, race to 7. Short breaks at these European Youth Championships, so we'll be back right away. Let's see one more round of play today in Slovenia. Be the finals of the under-19 boys. Resto back in the arena, up to break in rack number 5. Looking to turn the tide here after a few mistakes in the first 4 games. Going with a medium speed break. That's by design. He can hit them harder than what he is. But going for the controlled break, and he's broken successfully a couple times, so look for him to continue that break. It's nicely on the 1 here. Can float in between the 7-10 for the 2 in the side. Four ball is going to take some tight maneuvering to get towards. If he gets a straight in angle on the 3 for a straight back draw, that's what he's looking at now. That'll work. Ideally, you'd want to just let the cue ball move to the right off the 3, but the 8's in the way of that path. Looks like he's pretty good here. Going to take a lot of speed control, open table draw. Anytime you're drawing the ball 5 feet without hitting a rail, takes a lot of judgment. I had a feeling he might be going a little bit to the left off that angle. Can still see the 4. Good attempt, but looks like he's going to leave the 4 for Slanchevas here. He's pumped in a couple long ones in this match. Just checking to see if the 6 passes in the side. Looks like it doesn't. Might actually not pass in the bottom left corner as well. So a bit of work to be done on the 6. Oh, he can't see the 4. He's going to have to kick at it here using a kicking system. Cue ball's going to play over to the right side of the table, which will be positive for the 5. But anytime the 4 is a ball is this far off the rail, tough to actually kick in. And he's got it. Great shot. Really don't believe the 6 passes anywhere. He's going to have a couple second looks here. It's close. Going to play a big part of the overall run out here. Seems fairly happy to play the 6 in the right middle, so it might just pass the 7. Nice play. Strong potting here from Jakubas. There goes the 6 in the side. How's the speed going to be for the 7? Likely does pass the 10. Don't think he would have missed this mark by that much if he was actually playing for the side. So opening up a bit of a lead now. Race to 7. Pressure's going to be on Arresto for the next couple racks. Dealing with a tough opponent here too. Really makes the game look easy in open table play. Again, just taking small note of the speed that he's playing the final ball in at. Eklat Kachi's known for that. A few other players like to pump the last ball in, but it's usually a trait of players that have good self-confidence. Some players, you know, have smallest bit of doubts on every shot. Tend to play those balls more at medium speed, but he's not afraid to pump them in. Has a big break. Been about 50-50 effective so far. But gets a lot of action out of the rack. It is a break and run threat. 8 ball down. 1 ball not going to lie up ideally, but there is a bank on. It's going to create natural distance between the 1 and the cue ball. He'll be going at the bank here. Only question is, can he slow the cue ball down enough to kind of keep it near the short rail by the 3? Yeah, I was favoring the thicker side of the object ball there. Almost feel like he caught a double kiss, but I think the cue ball would have went off more to the left if he did. Got safe with the 1. Lenny really hoping to at least be on 50-50 terms after this shot. And he's going to be. In fact, with a small advantage going forward in this rack. Really needs this rack to kind of pull within a striking distance. I think if Jakobas gets up 5-1, consider him a pretty big favorite. He's missed the whole ball here. So chance now for Lenny. Tough position towards the 3. 6 ball obviously blocking the most natural path back towards it. Can go 2 rails back towards it. 2 long rails across. Wants to make sure he doesn't clip the 6 on the way through here. Looks like he's just going to settle for distance. I don't mind that play because he needs angle to move back towards the 4. Well, he's put him in another tough spot. Knew the difficulty in position from 1 to 3. So looking for a possible 3 foul here. Slenchavis is going to have to go multiple rails here. Around the left side of the 5. Nice hit. kind of like the Resto being a little more aggressive there. If that was on a third foul, I wouldn't fault him by any means. But just being down on the score line, the risk of something like this happening, not going to happen every time. And it was a judgment call. If he gets the second foul there, he has a chance to win the game. But now he's back on his heels. 3's tied up with the 10, so still a few developments in this rack. But just kind of taking more of a defensive stance there, and it didn't work out that time. Still has the upper hand here. Nice kick save from Jakubas, creating distance. Can play the 1 up the middle here, try to get the 7 involved as a blocker. Wow, decided to go offense this time. Wasn't much future in that play, and he's unluckily got stuck behind the 5. But I guess just wanted the initiative of having the first shot at the 3. He's going to be forced into kicking at it here. Going to tie up another ball. So look for a save from Jakubas coming on the 3. Not much happening going up table. 6 ball's too tough to get behind, so I think his only shot is to try to line the 10 up with the 3 here. Try to get real close to the short rail where Resto doesn't have an opportunity. Oh, no rail randomly. Yeah, that's... would never really expect to go no rail on that one. I don't blame him. Just an odd shot there. So smart play by Resto. Getting ball in hand back. Two balls tied up now, so be a lot of moving in the next few innings. Can go 2 rails at this. Try to stick the 3 where the 10 is. A lot of left spin required. Create a distance. There's actually an angle to go back into the 4-9 here. Pocketing's easy enough on the 3 that I think you shouldn't be afraid to play some left spin on this shot. Get over into the 4. Might need to stun it, which would make the shot a lot tougher. But again, I think looking to develop something on a breakout here is a good play. Going at it, but got around it. Aside from making a few unforced errors, Lenny's had some funny rolls as well. A couple times where he's made high-level shots, but he's got stuck in tricky spots afterwards. Yeah, he had to hit that one so thinly. Wasn't any kicks available. Oh, he did catch it. To me, it looked like he didn't even hit the ball, but ref must have been right on top of it. Great shot there. Four ball starting to get dislodged a little bit here. Lenny will be looking to go behind the 10 again. It's going to leave the 4 a little in the open, so really has to focus on the cue ball here. Bunch of right spin to swing down underneath the 10. Did well with the 4. Jakobas can play a kick safe and try to stick the cue ball behind the 9. Tough shot. Surprised he's going at this with follow. Yeah, I was going to kind of leave the balls on the same half of the table whenever you were following that one, but he has left it safe. Looks like Lenny's going for the bank here. Big shot riding in the first half of the set now. Just a little short. But he's caught a roll with the cue ball. Stuck him up badly behind the 6. Another 2-rail kick for Slanchevas. He executed this kick properly. There's been so many safes in this rack. I can't remember if it was this rack. I think it was, actually. Had a shot like this earlier in the rack. Passed that test. See if he can get through it again here. Just a little tight this time. And that's the break that Oresto was looking for. Bit of cue ball moving from 5 to 6, but once he gets on the 6, rest of the pattern will be pretty elementary. Nine's a little sharp to be played in the side. Gonna have to play it with some speed to get back towards the 10, so he'll be looking to play it in the top right here. Underdrawn a little bit, doesn't want to be over the 10. He's okay there. But it's going to take a lot of speed to get back on the 10 here. 9 ball's got to be targeted perfectly up into the top right. And that's just the speed that got him there. Barely catching the right long rail on the way in. There's some tough spots for Oresto in this match. Going to have to try and regroup. This one actually not over. Anytime a ball's deep in a pocket like this, got to find ways to hold energy with the cue ball coming back. Looks like he's going to play a power draw. Look at this shot. Straight out of the corner pocket. Nice shot. And a pretty commanding lead now for Slanchevas. Some applause coming from the Lithuanian team, cheering their teammate on. Action continuing over on table number 2, girls division. A Rest of the break. Really needs to get something going here. Just lost a cue ball, and this is bad news for the overall result in this match. See how the balls separate here. If the 2 passes the 8, he'll be on his way to running this rack. 7 ball's going to be tough. 6 ball's not in an ideal position to get on the 7. Does look like the 2 passes, though. Seven-9 combo is there if he chooses to play it. Just considering how far the 6 is from the 7, I think he might. Tough to get really specific with the cue ball below the 7 and play it in the top right. Does have angle to come underneath it if he likes. Actually a little too much angle to kind of hold nicely for the combo, but he can put a kill stroke on this, maybe combo. Nice play. It's on a perfect angle to access it. Still tough though when you're on off angle and the ball you're comboing has any kind of distance towards the pocket. But this is for a commanding lead in the match. Nicely played, held the 7. Gonna have to avoid the 10 going to the right here, but he should be okay, and he's feeling it now. You can see the small little smirk on his face. He's seeing the finish line now. Kind of reminds me of Billy Thorpe a little bit. Moves fast around the table. Plays with confidence. Little swagger. Nicely played. He'll be breaking in rack number 8. Slump position in the chair from Oresto. He knows he's in a bad spot here. Regardless of how this match finishes off, he can be proud of his results here at the European Youth Championships. Strong win against pre-tournament favorite Riku Rompinen in the quarterfinal match. Nine ball down, cue ball below the 1, but looks like he might have it in the top. Pardon me, bottom left. I think there is room, especially at a slower speed. He can use the left long rail to help him pocket this one. It's close. He's right down on the angle. Looks like offensive body language. He's got it. Targeted the long rail very nicely there. Not out of the woods yet. Cue ball's moving a little too far to the left here. Can stun around the 7 and play back towards the 4. Going to require a lot of speed. Nicely played. Just under hit on the speed a little bit. Got where he wanted with the cue ball. Some good safe options here with the 8, 10, 7 in the middle of the table. There is a window between the 8-10 to access the 4, but nothing as far as pocketing, so he's going to go for a jump this time. Kind of in desperation mode here in this overall point in the match. And he had a similar one earlier in the match that he actually swerved at. I understand why he didn't swerve that one. There never would have been position on the 5, but anytime you're jumping over a ball far away, you got to land the cue ball perfectly. Just overhit that one a little bit. Would have been asking a lot, especially considering the score line. Slanchevas here, ball in hand on the 5 to advance to the final. And like I said, he's buzzing around the table. He plays nice and quick and open table play, but in control as well. Just doesn't waste any time, gets over the shot nicely. Little scrappy for him in the first 3 games, but other than that, he's come up very strong in the last 5 here. And he's looking good on the 8 to move on to the final. Can follow along in EPBF, follow the other semifinal match. There it is, 10 ball for the win. Big smiles all around for Slanchevas. Resto can take solace in having a good tournament, make it to the semifinals. We'll be back with one more round for you at 8:45 local time. It's been Eric Horlison. Talk to you soon.